Alright, sorry about that. Did not realize the mic was on mute, so sorry for that long wait, guys. Dinner is not being cooked just yet, so we'll get going here. I just wanted to keep it on the starting screen until I was fully loaded into the game, since Visions takes a moment to load up the game and then a moment to load the save, so I wanted to wait till it passed all of that. So for those of you who may or may not remember, we just finished the last of the 4 Benevodons, and now we are back at Tinia, as now the Benevodon of Fire has become active in the volcano here. So we got the key to the volcano to go inside and defeat him. Did we have more quests here? Yes, there's a couple new side quests here we can grab. I'm gonna grab them at a later time though. So for now, we're gonna head out to the Charred Passage and make our way to the volcano. Sorry to the couple of people who got bored waiting and left, but not all streams start immediately, so if you want to watch, you gotta wait a little bit, especially if things are going on. Alright, so let's check this and see where they want us to head. Aha, of course. Into the area where we couldn't before. Let's run our way through. Okay, that's right. That is at the ruins, high up where we can't actually enter right now. So we'll just head down here to where we need to be. Darkness elemental here. Once the victory screen goes away, we'll be able to grab that. Let's check out some more of these points of interest the minimap is showing us. Cup of Wishes, nice, to revive. There's another lesser area for fire. We'll definitely do that one a little later on. Okay. Palomina has the water. The water vessel there. So just run up and hit the button to use the vessel, which will allow us to mark it down instead of being a point of interest for what it is. Continue on, we'll check out this little marker up here. Alright, that is And thankfully, even if the timer runs out while I'm in the middle of a fight, that Valor Fly boost will stay up there until I finish to get the bonus. So we got a little sparkle / item on the ground over here. Let's grab that and see where this vessel interaction takes us. I always find the fire vessels transportation points very interesting. Lights were really nice too. Oh, that just... yeah, that seemed like that just took us around to collect. There you go, I was going to say, those don't go away. They might need a moment to recharge, but they don't stop and die. Alright. There's another Niccolo coin there. Yeah, there's 3 spots, 2 of them further towards the entrance to this section. I want to check those first before potentially triggering something, accidentally advancing the story. I do see a green beacon over there, which is the one point of interest. The green beacons signify a chest. Alright. Avoid getting smacked around by them a little bit better there than I had been. Over here, we'll grab this chest. Speaking, I do also need to stock up on candies and things, that way I have some more healing items. Ah, nice. This one is another elementite for more point paths. Or more path points, I should say. You are Earth. Alright, that's both of those. The elemental area of fire was something, like I said, that we'll do later. Welcome back. Glad to have you here. So let's head up this way, but instead of heading to the objective, we're going to head down this way to grab these couple of markers on the left side here. And what appears to be a hot spring. Okay, so one of these is a chest, another looks like it's an earth elementite. Hey gamer, I'm doing good. How are you? Welcome back. Alright, let's speed that back up. And now we'll head back towards the volcano. Hey Jake, welcome back. Grab a seat, pull up a chair, whatever. Enjoy. Continuing with the Fire Benevodon right now in Visions, who, after finishing the previous 4, seem to finally have awoken. Or at least be unsealed. I will grab this side quest in front of it if it lets me, though. You as well. So you wouldn't all be thinking of heading to Dorfer Volcano, would you? I was there not too long ago, and I came across a bunch of guardians all gathered around the same spot. It was strange. I know better than to approach a swarm of monsters, especially not when they're standing right in the middle of an active volcano. So I settled for just keeping an eye on them from afar. And from what I saw, those guardians were huddled together to protect something. But I never had a good look at what that might be. If we do decide to head in and find those guardians, you can try and see what it is they're defending. I'd really appreciate it. Rubinus Ex Machina. Interesting. Oh, Julie. Hello, Gaff. course, Salamander's a passionate one. Hey, Scott. I should probably put the Ice Saber on them to help deal with this Benevodon a bit better. Alright, let's check that out here while we can. Okay, yeah, you're not going to need Ice Saber. Ice Saber's fine. Don't need Stone Saber. There we go, Flame Shield. That's right, we need to look for a little cactus while we're in here too. Ah, okay. Not entirely impossible, Gaff. I can look into seeing if this can handle streaming off both sites at the same time for you. I just need to do a little bit of looking into that and seeing how the computer handles it before I give you a definite. I know a couple people I watch that do that as well, so it's not too big of an idea where it would be like risky. So, like I said, I just have to see if this computer can handle doing that. Welcome back, Emlyn. Yeah, I understand that. I just actually haven't done many Let's Play videos in a long time. And I gotta finish the last one for a certain game, and then when I do that one correctly, I can do the extra content that comes to at the end of it. Your characters will slowly take damage if they fall into the flowing lava. Make a conscious effort not to touch this molten rock at all. However, you can use the power of the Undine Flask to cool the lava down, allowing you to traverse it safely. Cool. Good to know. It looks like we do have something over here. Okay. I can't get that from this spot here. thought I had a ice spell on her. It might be in her normal stuff and not her shortcuts, which is fine. That just means I gotta switch it around. I will be right back, guys. Food is ready. Stick around. It won't be too long. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about the long pause there. Got another water elementite here. Before I do that, let's go check out this chest. Ah, that looks like that's going to be, yep, an ability extender for Val. Alright, let's see, what would be a nice couple of abilities to put on him? Do I have the consecutive casting water? Even Wrath of Water would be nice. Alright, let's check that. Those wouldn't be going to him, though. Those would be going to Palomina. But they'll definitely be, things worth using if we have them for the fight. There's water diversion, but that's not what we're looking for. Oh, Blessing of Fire would be nice for them too. Consecutive casting. Consecutive casting wind. Alright. Maybe I haven't done enough fire stuff yet. Well, there's consecutive casting water. Poison bubble, you don't need that. I may not have Blessing of Fire, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. Just helps alleviate some damage we would be taking. There's Wrath of Water. Alright, so now we go over to moves. Oh yeah, she has all three of them there. Cold Blaze and Spike Freeze will set on her shortcuts. Whoops. Looked at chat for a second and didn't realize I ran off the cliffside there. So, this is going to be another travel, I think, yep. Yeah, so you want to fly the candle through these archways to dam up the magma there. Alright, I guess we can't check that one yet, considering it's in like the biggest pool of it in the middle there. So let's head into here. Oh, okay, sinking steps. Certain platforms you see floating on the lava will begin to sink. When you stand on them, if you notice yourself descending, jump onto another platform before it's too late. Interesting mechanic. Not a whole new one, but Definitely interesting to have those sort of things in a volcano here. Alright, what else do we got? There we go. Alright, what is this platform for besides that fight? Unless this is just like a goddess scale sitting here. A gold clover. Not exactly the most impressive item to find sitting around there, but... let's heal up our MP there again. Alright, now I need to find out how to get back. Okay, those have got to be up on a different ledge. I am going to need to leave the volcano for a second, just because I did forget to actually buy some healing items, the basic ones, for this, so that I have more than just the chocolate and the honey elixirs. Sorry, I muted the mic for a second while I opened the drink. So we're just going to head back into Tenia for a second. Like I mentioned, just to stock up on some healing items so we're not quite as bad off for recovery, as I still have no candy. And that is one of the things I usually keep on the ring menu, or keep on the shortcuts, to have an easier time healing. Alright, I got 10 revives with the cups, that's fine. Should definitely get more medicinal herbs though. Alright, let's make contact with the Meridian to heal everyone up. And then from there we can actually warp right back into the volcano. And we'll just go past those monsters we already took out before. Save some time. We do have a chest up here. Yep, I kind of figured. In each of these Benevodon dungeons, we had a piece of armor for each character that was found inside of them. Really, that's actually not as good as the dragon hide. Wow. Okay then. I am surprised. Most of the time, that armor has been better than what you bought. Okay, so for water, you're actually as far as I can take you right now. that was light, not water, but that's fine. We'll do this and have her learn Doppelganger. And then get the next ability. Luminescence is definitely worth it. Atalante, let's see, that is attack and magic attack. Ancient Curse, summon an Axe Beak, that's interesting. And Annihilate. Okay. Alright. Move on past these guys again. Unless that chest is up there, but it doesn't matter too much as we still can't get to it either way. So head back down this path to get back to where we were. Well, there's another one up there, but I'm not sure how you would get to that. It looks like that would be a drop down too from above, so can't really get there from here. I'm curious. Blunt weapons, like the martial arts ones, are actually pretty good for those enemies, so we'll switch to Karina for a second there. Sorry, I was taking this drink. You see something glinting. This must have been what they were protecting. Red ore. A chunk of rock that contains a red mineral inside. Interesting. Grab those pots, recover our HP and MP there. Another gold clover in that one, not too bad. I'm probably using so many of those. Yes, we definitely want this elementite. Because that's got those clouds that are like really only damaged by magic, I'm just gonna avoid that fight. Right up here. Oop, okay, they're stopping us again for a scene. Let's grab this chest now that we've gone through that scene. Null burn, that's definitely going to be useful. think I want to put that on you. We're definitely not removing those two. It's probably going to be another candle ride. Yep. Alright, well, looks like can't go back at the moment. So our only way forward is down. Unless I were to fast travel with the meridians. Ooh. Magic attack and defense up by 15. Is that something you already have? Yes, it is. So we're going to put that on Karina. Boost her up even further. Especially because she's got Revivify and Healing Light. Alright, what's left? Oh no, that was it. Nice. Oh, we got a Cerberus Core Stone. Very nice. Okay, I don't think there's anything there. Aha, this was that one pathway. Now I need to find a way to get back up, I guess. That's the wrong button. We're just gonna have to warp travel back there, I guess. Alright, you have... Maybe I didn't put it on someone right now. Okay. Now I feel like we should be able to progress towards the forward path again. Yeah, like right here at the crossroads is where the game is directing us, essentially. Julie. So that was just another candle ride area. That was a bit of an interesting ride. Another Niccolo coin there. More money from that one. Nice. Safe spot. First one in this entire volcano, so we're definitely going to do that. There's another water elementite. There's our... Here's our Benevodon. Nope, wrong person. back to you again. Of course, that is the risk of doing this, is he gets to smash on everyone here for a second. We'll use our elemental water class strike here to do a bit of extra damage on him. And then water elemental burst. Let me grab some. There should be green pots. There's a couple over here. Grab those to heal up. Haha, Wrath of Water and frickin' consecutive water casting. A nice combination for a caster. Let's throw another water strike on you. Alright. You put the Holy Saber on her, not her. Not the one I wanted. I was trying to heal myself here, but game, come on. Alright, this has got to be Cold Blaze then. Got him. So at this point, she doesn't need consecutive water casting or the Wrath of Water and Null Burn anymore. I think there was a Null Silence. No, he's got Null Paralyze. Aqueous Fantasia. The third one might have been good there because I did use the Elemental Break. Okay, we'll give you Cure Water. Let's see. Yes, gotta replace this one too. Okay, that's Class Strike, went at 100. I'll give you a First Strike. You're actually pretty decent. Pretty good when it comes to doing that sort of thing. Okay, so you have Luck in First Strike Plus. Do I have a Strength Plus? Because we have Luck in Life. And the Stamina Plus. If I will have to step out again quickly, but not to eat, just something I gotta do. And I'll be right back, guys. Let me just just as I just saw Null Silence. So I'm going to put that on her. Alright, be right back. Okay. I still say the Benevodon of Wood was probably the one that had the most runaround for it. But then, you know, having increased water spell damage and consecutive casting with it, along with having used 2 class strikes for the weakness and the elemental break for continuous heavy damage, it makes sense you probably wouldn't have... Oh, there's more over here. Alright, then let's not head back just yet. I say, it makes a little more sense knowing all of that the fight wouldn't have been that difficult when we're constantly attacking and not giving him much chance to throw out those fireballs that you have to dodge around. Right. The other spot here is another candle ride. I kind of like the hot fire tube that the candle goes through. Adds a nice touch to the aesthetic of the animation and everything. Okay, we do have an item up there. That is another candle ride. And I don't feel like taking on the cloud, so we'll just activate this and head back. Or wherever it's going to take us. All the way to another spot. Alright, is this going to be another boss fight with something? This kind of looks like an arena. Oh, the bird wasn't the Benevodon? Well, that does explain some things. So I guess that other boss was just a mini boss that was a giant firebird. He was still pretty tough. Well, like a giant lava monkey almost. Interesting. With a volcano on its back of all things. Well crap, I took off the water once. switch over to you. And get Ice Saber on everyone. Oop. Alright, giant crystal, like in the chest, is probably like the best spot to hit him. And we'll definitely continue to use class strikes when they pop up. And even use the elemental break if it fills back up again. Elemental break time. Oh, I gotta wait for her thing to recharge. Alright, now we can go all the way for the elemental break. There we go. Got him. Still not quite that difficult to fight, but again, that's also because class strikes, high damage water spells, and then Ice Saber, obviously. And then also having the elemental break to slow him down and do a lot of damage. So for anyone who may not know or remember, yeah, your home village doesn't know that Hina was essentially killed, more or less. Probably the toughest confession that Val's ever had to make. But like they said, that is the last Benevodon. They're all stopped now. Not exactly killed, but they're all put back in dormancy, essentially. Vulturebel's Core Stone. I guess the Axbeak was that giant bird we fought. These guys probably all have something new to say after that. If you can believe that the temperature has gone down, it's almost bearably warm now. Almost. Of course, you'd say that being basically a plant sprite. Is Hina's place that spot on the hill in the middle of all the flowers? The flowers look familiar. Yeah, I think she had a flower in here. It's been a while since we've seen anything of her likeness to remember what she looked like. The volcanic debris continues despite our defeat of the Benevodon. I suppose the denizens of TNA are used to this. Gina's parents deserve some privacy. We don't want to overwhelm them by coming with you. Okay, so I think that was everyone. Nope, no, I did talk to you, right? Yes. You were the one that mentioned the spot on the hill. Yeah, we'd have to leave to turn that quest, and we'll do that after this. Because I can just go to the Meridian and warp fast travel right to it. Which will make it a lot easier. Alright. I'm following this path, but that leads alongside the hill, not up it. Here we go. Wow, what a way to bring him back down after he got his resolve back up. Wow. Okay, so for all of you guys, because I don't think anyone was really here towards the start of the game, Hina was the Alm of Fire. She was from Tiania, like Val. And Hina and Val were essentially lovers, but they just never really admitted anything to each other. But they had very strong feelings. And they went to do this ritual with a guy named Orin that the group met. And he tricked them into thinking the ritual was going to, let me pause this. He tricked them into doing this ritual that they thought would keep her from having to sacrifice her life, because another thing you may not know that you find out very early on in the game is that the Alm's pilgrimage to the Tree of Mana is to sacrifice their lives and give their mana to the tree to keep the world thriving, but for only 4 years. So every 4 years, the elementals had to pick another Alm. And we found out, as you guys saw, like maybe 4 or 5 streams ago, maybe only 3. It depends on how long I've had to play and how long things took. Was that the Alms weren't sacrificing themselves to stabilize the world. They were sacrificing their mana for the elementals to hold off the curse of Dalephos. And the goddess of mana has been asleep this whole time. She's never woken up. Alright, so I guess we have something. Oh yeah, a letter from her. That was at their secret spot they would always meet at. Alright, hop over that rope there. Hina, there she is again. So for anyone who did not see what she looks like, this is your chance. This will probably be the last time we get to see what she looks like for the moment. I haven't finished this game before, so I don't know if anything happens towards the end. That's kind of heart-wrenching if in Val's mind, I'd think. This is sure taking a moment. When are you going to run into this enough for me to... There we go. Jeez. That was a bit frustrating. Actually, hang on a second. That's right. Let me go turn this in. So guys, my artist is currently working on alerts for the channel. So we should have those some point in December. So were you able to find out what those guardians were protecting? Handed over the red ore. Well, Halby, would you look at that? This is an unexpected find. Sorry, do you mind waiting here for a moment? polished off the top layer of rock, take a closer look. Do you see it? This bright red mineral is a trunk of crimsonite. It's exceedingly rare. I'd only ever seen illustrations of it until now. Thank you, young man. I honestly never thought I'd get to see a real piece of crimsonite in my life, let alone hold one. I'd love to add this to my collection. I think you should keep it. You braved the volcano and defeated the guardians to retrieve it, after all. Well, I should get going now. Goodbye. I hope we meet again.
Are there any other ways we can assist?
There must be something we do with that crimsonite down the road. Alright, so now we'll go back on Lammy and head to Lograzzo. For real this time. Now we can find where Aish is, of course. Last time we went to him, he was back at his desk in here.
Just as I feel I'm closing in on the answer, more information about it throws up my hypothesis. I cannot rest until I figure this out.
Aish, we did it! You beat the Benevolence.
Congratulations! Though I never doubted that you would be able to dispatch with them. It's good to hear.
Master Aish, you do not appear to have received the requisite hours of repose.
I assure you, I have gone through far longer stints without sleep. I wouldn't perhaps there was so much data to evaluate. But enough about me. I have something I must tell you. I have tracked the fluctuations in mana power to Antoine Bridges. The Benevolons are no longer a threat, and there's only one entity that could possibly be. Delos.
Say, is that not the specific span where Delathos swore to be together with Cerulia?
We should go if we want any chance to stop him before he enacts his revenge.
You sound worried. You just took out all 8 legendary monsters. How hard can you make a hero be? Strictly speaking, we don't even have to defeat the guy, as long as we can get the mana sword away from him.
For this venture, I shall accompany you. I could not live with myself and miss the opportunity to witness the historic flame. You should be resting, not venturing.
Aish.
We'll be fine, as long as I avoid ice and focus on my craft.
I know how important it is to leave behind a record of history. This is for the future of Lograzzo, Turicio, and the people across the land. Their hopes and dreams have gotten us this far. No matter how strong Delathos has become, we will fight. It's time for us to take back the Mana Sword. Delathos has got to be what's causing the disturbance at Antoine Bridgemass. We can't leave unprepared. Let's take stock before we go.
Aish better be writing only flattering commentary about our exploits, or else.
No.
This is not the first time Aish has found himself forgetting his own fatigue. I should have said something earlier. Well, so we now have Aish's side quest. I do have a couple other side quests that I can pick up for other party members too. Oh, how adorable. Morley's worried about Aish. Never thought I'd see the day. I still think that Aish should stay here. What if he gets careless and ends up hurt? Good day, Master H. Have you been well? Palomina, hello, and I see you've brought company. To what do I owe the honor? Is there a dire situation I'm required to help resolve? Not at the moment. I merely wish to check up on you, for fear that you had become excessively engrossed in your scholarly studies again. I appreciate your concern, and you are right. I could do with a brief rest. I should tidy up some of these books while I'm at it. Ash, are you aware of the difference between rest and work? Forgive my curiosity, but are these documents your reports of what you saw in the sanctuary? Oh no, I finished that work some time ago. What you see here is a chronicling of the alms. You alms, to be specific. Though it is still something of a work in progress. Oh, what's so interesting about us? How can you say that? This generation of alms is a collection of exceptions. Not only was the Soul Guard elected to be the Alm of Light, but the Alm of the Moon made an unexpected return. And I haven't forgotten about you, Julia, my favorite Sproutling. Sometimes I kind of wish you would. I love that. I couldn't allow myself to sit still and let such anomalies go undocumented. However, as the project progressed, I encountered a setback of sorts. I realized that I knew next to nothing about who you are as people. So what, should we do self-introductions? No, it's not worth the energy. I attempted to research your homelands, hoping that some knowledge of your origins might spark something, but it didn't quite go as planned. She always complicates things. Why didn't you just, ask us? Interesting, I hadn't considered that option. Wow, okay then. Well, let's get to know each other better. Starting right away, there's something in it for you, rest assured. And I know just the thing. Would you all accompany me to the Passagean Tome Spire? I'd like to recommend some books, curated to match your interests. I stroll through the Tome Spire is the splendid way to relax. Actually, there's the manuscript I could do with picking up while we're there. Sounds like you're just dragging us along on an errand run. I think it's an incredible idea. I'd be honored to receive a reading recommendations from Master H. At least someone's excited. And it might be rubbing off on me, because I'm curious to hear H's suggestions too. My suggestions will be more than satisfactory, I assure you. My curated book lists have had nothing but rave reviews from the scribes in Lograzzo. Honestly, I'm not much of a reader, but I prefer being read too. I'll be mighty impressed if you have a book for me. Time to show us your stuff, Aish. I'll be waiting for you at the entrance to the Tome Spire. Don't dawdle now. Alright. So at this point, in case we do end up having to face down, Delphos. I'll probably be calling Visions here for the moment, but we are not done streaming just yet. I will be doing something else for a little bit. So don't go anywhere. The Benevodons are no longer a threat, but Delphos won't rest until his curse spreads across the whole world. Let's go back to the town. There it is. Head over to the Meridian here. Do a save. Give me 1 second before I close this and switch games here, guys.
stick to my observations.
Morley.